BXB. It's in the game!
Remember this? I previewed this maybe a couple of months ago and now it's in full release, so we figured it was time to revisit it and give it the full review treatment. Now I must say that normally I wouldn't be particularly keen on giving a game I've already played a second run through, especially a point and click adventure where I already know most of the solutions. But honestly, I was glad to be playing Little Acre again, because it's just so lovely. And also because I can shamelessly reuse my old footage because I'm lazy and I hate capturing stuff. But pay no attention to that. If you haven't seen or don't remember my preview, check out this new footage. Isn't it new and interesting? But also, I'll give you a quick rundown. You control both Aidan and his daughter Lily in a light but surprisingly touching little point and click adventure game story as they try to solve the disappearance of Aidan's father and so Lily's grandfather, Arthur. And yeah, I loved this game then and I still basically love it now. It's a really good point and click, and especially in its early stages, it's got that real kind of X factor that the really good point and clicks have. It's hard to pin down why, but you know this is a good game really early on, and you aren't really sure the reason, you just kind of feel it in your bones. The puzzles are logical, they're satisfying little chains of cause and effect. The game meticulously prunes your inventory of items that no longer do anything, so your range of options is never inflated needlessly. The little dialogue cues that are generated when you click on things are helpful in just the right way, and the game doesn't sprawl out over too many locations, so it's always easy to keep a mental map of where you are and what's going on when you're trying to solve the puzzles. This is point and click design done absolutely right, and by a team who obviously understand the genre and aren't just being slaves to pointless nostalgia, because you know what, yes, Monkey Island does end with you carrying like 100 items in your inventory, but no, that isn't a good thing. I much prefer the way they've approached it here. The hint solution system thing is still a work of genius in my opinion. It still lets you progress at exactly the pace you want and it stops the game from ever getting annoying. The animations and the visuals generally, I mean just look at them, they are beautiful. And there's just bags of personality and lots of little touches and little places. There's lots of nice incidental animations in the backgrounds. It just warms the cockles of your heart. This game is just a good time. It put a fuzzy feeling in my brain that's hard to describe. I love the way the characters have this genuine warmth and affinity for each other. You really feel Aidan's concern for Lily. It's just nicely written and nicely developed. But, I hear you say, we've all been to BXB and we've seen the stars under this video. Why are you talking like this is a 5-star flawless masterpiece when we now know otherwise? Well, that's sort of awkward to explain without dropping a mild spoiler on you like it's the mic and I'm Mihari Black. Oh, Mihari, I love you in such a respectful way. If you want a really quick non-spoiler version, here goes. The game ending is extremely weird. That's it. That's all I can say without really doing some damage to the experience for you. If you still want to play this, and you should still want to play this, because up until that point it is absolutely the most charming game I've played all year, then buy it. Know that you might find the last section a little bit strange, but get your credit card out and have yourself some fun. Do remember to click on everything when you control Lily, by the way, because she is totes adorbs. Go do it now, give these people your money, no spoilers, end of review for you, bye! Right, you soulless sods that have stayed here. Let's have a proper talk about the ending then, and I'm still not going to spoil proper plot elements. It's more that I know if someone tells me a narrative I'm enjoying has a very abrupt ending, that kind of is a spoiler in and of itself. It's this thing that hangs over the story from that moment onwards like a bad smell. You find yourself second guessing each plot point that's introduced, wondering if this is the one that's not going to get properly resolved. And unfortunately, in the case of the Little Acre, the list of slightly unresolved plot elements is pretty close to all of them. The game does come to an ending, but oh my, this game sprints for the finish line. You literally go from feeling like you're knee deep in the intriguing adventure in the middle phases of it to the end credits in about 10 minutes. And a whole bunch of stuff just rattles past you, it happens really quickly, it's not really explained at all. Honestly, to me, it feels like the developers ran out of money and had to hastily cobble together a very quick final scene that included all the stuff that was going to be in a much longer version of the game, and then they've just hurled the game out the door in the hope it will make enough money to save them from bankruptcy, mostly on the strength of its first few areas, which are amazing. Now, that's just a theory, of course, but I really do hope this game makes the developers some money. I would play the hell out of a Little Acre 2 as well, so I'm hopeful for a sequel. The quality of the work you can see in the first 3 hours of this game is absolutely top notch. It is a shame that it rattles to a close quite so fast, but I mean, what can you do? Every rose has its thorns and all that. I hate to do this, but as it stands, even though I desperately want to give this game the full 5, 4 stars, 3 stars, it's probably where it should be. I'm going to stretch to 4 because even with that ending, this is still the best point and click Ben's ever sent me.
BXB. It's in the game.